Hi, I'm Jason and welcome to the Bonsai Garden. Today is Monday the 6th of June and it's just immediately after the Jubilee celebrations weekend, which is why the garden is festooned, as you can see, with bunting. Now today I'm actually going to be going through and removing the flowers from a dwarf azalea that I have. The flowers come out through the month of May and they're now beginning to look a little bit sad. So here is the plant in question. It's some kind of dwarf azalea, which I've actually never seen one before. And this plant I bought from a garden centre just on the A64, just north of York. I bought this in autumn last year. And I was actually quite concerned because when I bought it, it looked dry. The leaves all looked a bit dry, and all the way through winter it just looked dead. So it was only really round about the end of March, beginning of April, that it actually started to develop the flower buds, which have then opened out. But as you can see, these are now beginning to dry up and die off. So I'm going to remove each of these flowers. And what I'll be doing is I'll be just going into the stalk of the flower, just immediately where the flower terminates underneath there, and just cutting each one of those off. Now the purpose of doing that is to stop the plant from putting its energy into developing seeds, so that it in fact puts all its energy now into developing leaves and buds for next year. So with my bonsai shears, all I'm doing is I'm finding where the flowers were and just snipping through the stalk of the flower. And I'll just repeat this process and go through and remove every single flower on the plant. Now with azaleas it is possible to actually remove the buds before they open out and flower, and the intention there is that rather than putting the energy into flowering, the plant will instead put all its energy into developing more foliage. It's a bit of a shame to do, because obviously the nice thing about the azalea is the flower. But on the other hand, if you remove the buds every couple of years, it then puts greater energy into the plant to grow more foliage. So I'd say it's just a matter of going through and removing each of these. And it's a little bit fiddly because it being a dwarf azalea, it's just that little bit smaller than a regular azalea plant. So what I'm hoping will happen after doing this is that the plant will put its energy into generating more leaves before it goes dormant. So again, I'm just finding the green stalk that's immediately beneath the flower and then just snipping that halfway through, leaving the flowers underneath, and I'm hoping that new foliage will develop out of these. Okay, so I've now been through the plants and I've removed all the flowers, as you can see down here. And I will just put this somewhere out of the way now, and hope that the foliage and the buds for next year will develop between now and autumn. Whilst we're on the subject of azaleas, I just wanted to show you this. As I said, it's actually the 6th of June today, and normally we would have expected an azalea to have flowered by now. Now, here's a plant which I actually bought from Greenwood Bonsai last year, and when I bought it, it was half in flower, and when the flowers died off, I just took the flower buds off. And if I remember correctly, the flowers were sort of vivid pink with white on them. And it's only actually now just beginning to open the flowers on there. So something for me to look forward to over the next coming weeks. And then I'll be going through the same process again with this plant and removing the spent flowers. So I'd be interested to hear from anybody else who's had an azalea which perhaps is flowering late this year, and hear what other people's experiences are with that. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon.